Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Let's see what is going on in these tea leaves tonight. And so our card is the Death card. And I know that one can be kind of a little nerve-wracking when you pull it, right? But I think, even though it has negative connotations and death is a difficult concept, a difficult transitional thing, and anybody and everybody's lives, it is definitely something that we, even if we're not prepared, or even if we are, right, it is something that we don't always welcome, although sometimes it's the best thing for us. And this is not, I'm not saying physical death necessarily, but an end to a situation, to a circumstance, to one of the variables of your life. Okay? Sometimes, even when we don't know it, it's the best thing for us, right? And we can all think of maybe a breakup, right? Somebody that you thought was the one didn't work out. It was hard to break up and go your separate ways. But ultimately, it was the best thing for you, right? And it led to the beautiful life that you have now, okay? So this is just one example, but let's go ahead and see what we have going on. I see, first I see it looks like an S, maybe an E here, and then an E. Very apparently an E, a lowercase e. So, to me, it looks like it says S-E-E, to see something with your eyes. Okay, so what are we looking for, right? I feel like the universe is telling you have to open your eyes a little bit, look around. Maybe there's a message there for you. Maybe there's something you've overlooked. Maybe there is a blessing in disguise. Something for you to see. And the tea leaves want you to know that. The universe wants you to know that. Okay. So we also have up here, and this looks like a person kind of with a backpack here, or some kind of something on their back. And it looks like they maybe have a child behind them. And it looks to me like they are traveling forward. Okay. So I feel like there is a sense of movement. Okay. And this almost looks animalistic. I think that we had a Krampus in one of our other Aquarius readings, I'm pretty sure it was Aquarius, and it was maybe like 3 or 4 readings ago, but almost kind of similar. Although I don't necessarily think that this is the Krampus vibes, okay? I feel like this is more like a sense of a parental figure. I feel like this is like a getting the family together and having to kind of push forward through some difficult stuff. Maybe changing some fundamental aspects of the family, okay? Or they have changed themselves and trying to find a new normal, right? It seems like, at least in my experience, whenever things start to settle down and we feel like, okay, we've got everything organized, right? We got everything set up exactly how I envision it to be, so that we can run this family, as streamlined as possible. Schedules, everybody has everything they need. We're all on the same page. Suddenly, of course, something changes in life. Some new thing shows up. A new thing that we have to go do, or somebody needs our help, right? Or whatever it is. There are financial changes, health issues, whatever that might be. But that's just how it goes, I think. I think we are these beings that seek a sense of stability, safety, consistency. And we spend a lot of our lives trying to figure out how we can stack all of our little blocks together, each piece of our life together in such a way so that happens. And even though we know better, life will change. It just does. And so I think we're in a situation where life is changing, and maybe in a really fundamental way. Okay, there is an ending happening, or has already happened. But I feel like you are close to the people that you love. If this is your origin family, your chosen family, the family you've created, a friends group, the community you're in, there's some closeness there. And I think that when you are going through these changes, you have people close to you who you feel supported by and who you are supporting. I feel like it could almost be like a child. Maybe they're actually a child. Maybe this is an adult child. Maybe you are the child. This is your parent. And, things are having to get sorted out. But I think that there is a sense of great camaraderie, kinship. No. I love you, but you can't come on the table. I'm sorry. And all of that makes it a little bit easier, I think, right? You're not alone in this. Although it still is stressful. No. Come over here. Come on, buddy. Go on. Pudgy says he wants me to go to bed. All right. And as you can see, the table looks a little different tonight. And that's because right as I was starting my readings, I knocked over. No, you don't. All right. I knocked over my tea over here. And it just went. Come over here, buddy. Come say hello. They love you. Come say hello. All right. Come on down. Come on. Oh, you big boy. There you go. All right. Oh, you took my dress with you. Look at this. He took my, we got strings everywhere. Okay, so speaking of closeness, so there's the closeness, and so you're not going about this alone. Although with the stress, it can feel lonely at times. It can feel like the world is on your shoulders, but you are equipped to deal with a lot of this. Take your time. We also have this little turtle right here. So take your time with it. Okay? It doesn't all have to be done in one day. You maybe already have an idea of what you want to happen. It might be a matter of getting everybody on the same page, or just having the resources or the time or whatever it is. And, you know, this is something that maybe is going to take a while. And so, pace yourself. Ultimately, you know, with the turtle, it definitely is a sense of just pacing yourself. Okay. We also have it looks like a sailboat right here. And so I feel like there is an emotional departure. And I think that makes sense with some kind of ending happening. I think that this is something that it's been difficult, you know, and maybe it was abrupt, maybe it has been going on, whatever it is. I feel that it's been, you know, almost like a tsunami of emotions at times. I do think, though, that you have made a choice. And, you know, how much does that work? I don't know. If you're grieving, and I'm not laughing, I laugh because, you know, I've also grieved. I've also been through a lot of things. So it makes me laugh thinking, oh, you're just going to decide to get over it. You're going to decide to, you know, force your way through the emotions. Well, it doesn't work that way, really. But I think that sometimes we have to decide, okay, now we have to be a little more proactive in the physical realm. This is on that physical flat area. The emotional we would see more up here on the sides. So I think that getting proactive in the physical, doing the things, you know, whatever it is, paperwork, moving things, maybe like quite literally moving, whatever it is. I think that you are departing from some of these deeper senses of emotional anxiety, terror, grief, panic, you know, maybe depression, melancholy, these kinds of things, by staying focused. Okay. Will that get you out of it? Probably not. Right? We just feeling all of the cycles, the process of going through, you know, the stages of grief or whatever, of loss, of change. These are not things that you can just, I mean, at least as far as I understand, things that you can just decide to turn off. We can try to hide from them, right? But they will sneak up somewhere. So I think you're not necessarily shoving the stuff down or ignoring it, but I think that you are managing some of your feelings by staying busy, by focusing on being proactive. And this seems like a very Aquarius trait, right? I think that being pragmatic, you know, practical, getting things done so you don't have a sense of helplessness. I think this all makes sense to me. Okay. And then up here we have a person who is kind of, it looks like on their knees. It looks like they're writing something. And then up here we have a goose. Okay. So I think really quite literally, this looks like either journaling, writing a letter, using some of these feelings, emotions, your experience to maybe write, draw, create something. Okay. With the goose, I feel like that is abundance, right? There's a lot of inspiration here. I think that it's not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind is to use this experience as kind of fuel to be creative. But I think that it would be very therapeutic for you. Okay, I think that this is another way to work out some of the things. Do you have to be an artist? No. Do you have to be a writer? Absolutely not. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be, like in a narrative. It doesn't have to look like anything, right? You just get it out of you. And make it a habit. Okay, not just one time. Make it a habit, at least for a few weeks. Okay, set aside, an hour once a week, 15 minutes a day, whatever it is. Do some journaling, write lists, doodle, watercolor, oils, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, whatever you have, whatever's available to you. And see how you feel in a few weeks. See if this is helpful. It's something to try, right? It's not going to hurt if you try. If you hate it, don't do it again. But it might be something that you find is worthwhile, not just in this situation, but ongoing in your life. Okay, so I'm going to look at this one. And so we have a bird. And it almost looks like, I think of them pooping all over the place. But if you know this or not, if you get pooped on by a bird, it is really good luck, actually. Annoying and pretty gross, but really, really good luck. So I feel like we're going to take this as kind of this folk lore, this wives' tale or whatever you would call it, that you have some abundant good luck coming because there's a lot of little pieces here. It might feel like the universe is going to the bathroom on you, right? You're really in it. Things are hard. You're trying to, move your way out of it. But I think really, this is ultimately going to lead to some real blessings for you. Okay, and they might be hidden in there. I always try to remind myself there are many blessings in our troubles. And, I know when you are in the middle of it and somebody tells you something like that, you want to just send them right out the window, right? I don't want to hear that. That's not very helpful. But I think it's true, At least that's the only way I can survive life, is thinking in the messiness of all of this seemingly meaningless pain, this cruelty that happens in our lives, the loss. There has to be something that comes along with it that is of use. That is, the building blocks of something great somewhere in there. So, that's just my 2 cents about it. But I really do think, you've been going through it a little bit, Aquarius, and seeing this death card, I believe that some of the troubles really are coming to an end. Hopefully, you've had your onslaught of things, and now we're going to have like a slow down period. Still dealing with the fallout, but I think getting out of the thick of it. Okay. And so we're going to look at one of these cards from the Wild Bohemian Affirmation cards. We're just going to check this one out here. And this one's pretty. It looks like a dragon there. And it says, I am infinite. You are protected and supported with great love. Many, many blessings to you. Okay. I mean, I think that confirms. It confirms it for me. These are really pretty. But I really do. I think that I want to look at this one too. We have this pretty moth. We'll do a second one just to see what it says. Okay. I am here. Your life is meant for adventure. Personal delight is very beneficial. Okay. So go find something. This week you have homework. Go find something that is usually delightful. It doesn't have to seem like it's going to be delightful now, because when you are going through some things, sometimes nothing seems like it's going to be positive, enjoyable. You know, it just seems like more work. Okay, so we had a little baby wake up there. Sorry about that. It'll be cut together, so you probably won't even notice. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you thank you so much for allowing me to do these readings for you. It is always such an honor for me to be able to bring these messages to you all. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And as we all know, the algorithm kind of runs everything and decides how far the reach of each of these videos is. And so we, I will, any kind of engagement is really helpful. So let's see. I got thrown off by having to stop there for a second. Liking the video helps. Sharing the link for the reading on other social medias, watching the reading from the beginning to the end. If you haven't subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Between now and the next Aquarius reading, if you want to watch your other placements, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising, Venus, and I know people like to do their cross-watching for their loved ones, their significant others, their children. All of these things help. Of course, you don't have to do them, but I like to mention, what kind of engagement seems to be helpful. So if you want to help support the channel, these are ways that you can do that. Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, I read them all. I like to reply to each and every one of them. So sometimes it takes me a day or two, just depending on what's going on over here. It's been really busy this summer. So thankfully it'll be, hopefully it'll be slowing down a little bit as it gets colder and there's more indoor time. So I want to thank you, and we will talk again in just a few days.